Harold lived by the logic of systems, but by day 7, every infrastructure he understood as a civil engineer had failed. From his attic, he watched the neighborhood descend into a desperate resource war over the last of the city's clean water, knowing the grid was seconds from a total blackout. He spent his final hours in the dark, triangulating a faint coordinate whispered across ham radio frequencies that promised a chance at survival. With a 68-year-old body and a hobbyist's knowledge of long-distance backpacking, he cinched his pack and stepped into the pre-dawn shadows to begin a 3-week trek into a landscape that had become a biological cage. The journey required navigating through drainage outflows and utility easements to stay upwind of the red zones, where the respiratory plague was most concentrated. His engineering mind saw the landscape as a series of load-bearing risks and topographical bypasses, allowing him to slip past armed checkpoints, but the physical toll was agonizing. Every step was a calculated risk. At 68, a simple slip on a moss-covered pipe or a misstep into a hidden trench could result in a shattered hip or a broken ankle, turning his escape into a slow death sentence. By the second week, he was deep in the Minnesota wilderness, living out of a bivy sack and fighting the wet, rhythmic cough that signaled the infection was closer than he realized. A fall in a rain-slicked ravine forced him to rig a mechanical leg brace from paracord and a trekking pole just to maintain his pace against a 21-day deadline he was rapidly losing. As he reached the final ridge, the mission shifted from a trek to a hunt when he realized he wasn't the only one following the radio whispers. Armed raiders moved on the main trail below, forcing him into a technical boulder field where one wrong step would end his journey in silence. His mind raced with the engineering of survival. If his makeshift brace failed now, he would be a stationary target for the men stalking the ridge. On day 21, exhausted and running on empty rations, Harold crested the final hill and saw a flicker of wood smoke through the timber. He moved toward the coordinates with his rifle ready, unsure if he was walking into a sanctuary or a trap.